This video is for entertainment purposes only. None of the information you're about to hear should be considered medical advice, and you should always consult a licensed medical practitioner before embarking on a health or lifestyle change. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to a Thursday night live stream. My name's Jason. This is just Jason Keto, where we make weekly videos focused on keto lifestyle or ketovore or carnivore, whatever. So wherever it takes us, we do recipe videos and then we live stream usually most every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, time permitting kind of thing. So hopefully everyone's doing well tonight. Had quite a few people in before the live stream started. I can see right off that I will apologize for my lighting tonight. I usually have a stand light that's behind my camera here that lights things up a bit better, but it's being used as part of a filming rig for something else right now, and I didn't want to tear that apart for the live stream. So hopefully it's not too bad, but yeah, we'll manage for tonight, I guess. Let's see who was here. Michael's Adventures was first in the door. It's good to see Michael. Lynn is here. Evelyn is here. Scratch and Pete PA is in the house. We got Amy here as well. Kendra from Consume the Goodness is here. I have to admit, Kendra, that I still haven't made my challenge video yet. Just get so busy with other things that I got everything ready to go, and I'll hopefully have it done this weekend. But still working on it. So much for getting things done early, I guess. Seotz is here. Jesse is here. It's good to see you, Jesse. Thank you for coming to the live stream. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well on this Thursday night. It's been a pretty busy week for me up here. Lots going on with work, and it's trying to get this almost the weekend yet. Trying to get this holiday video series thing done that I've been talking about putting out for the last 3 months or whatever it is. So it's almost done. It's not Vlogmas in the true sense of the form. It's not going to be vlogs. It's something else that I'm doing for 24 days. Yeah, 24 days. But I've got 20 of the 24 days done. So I just got to finish wrapping up those last 4 days. And then I can just forget about that and just let those videos come out for every day. They're going to come out at 8 a.m. I'll just drop them as regular video releases at 8 a.m. every day. I'm not going to have time to do premieres on all of them. I might premiere some of them on weekends or something, but for the most part, it's just going to be released in the morning each day kind of thing. Dr. John Smith is here. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I did see your email, the last one that you sent me. I'm sorry, I don't think I responded to it, but yeah, more good ideas coming out of Dr. John Smith. It's always good to see. If you ever have any ideas you want to see tried on video here, for chaffles and stuff like that, then feel free to email me. I'm always up to try new things, or, if you want to try it yourself, you should join our monthly collaboration where we swap recipes between creators. And this week or this month, there's going to be 4 videos or 4 creators in the collaboration. So that's cool. So we'll have a raid parade, 4 videos long, the first Wednesday of December. So that should be fun. Tuber Chat is in the house. Good to see Kevin. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. And for sharing on Reddit. Make sure we're almost caught up here. So yeah, for any of you creators out there, I don't know if anyone else is here that sort of wasn't in the conversation we were having earlier on Instagram, StreamYard today. And I always preface this with, I don't know. And I'm also assuming that some of these new features that they're releasing may or may not be part of the paid level. So they may not be part of the free tier from StreamYard. What they released today was the ability to set your streams up and send them out both in horizontal like we are today, or landscape. So it's, full size video, and in vertical, which is typically what you would see on your phone. So if you're watching this live stream on a phone, it's not really necessarily set up to be watched on a phone. It works, but it's not ideal, so to speak. But StreamYard has now implemented a feature they're calling MARS, which just stands for multi aspect ratio streaming. So it allows creators to stream in both landscape and vertical at the same time, which will, allow for streams to be seen properly on more devices. Plus, it allows people to stream, I could stream here horizontally the way I like to. And then if I wanted to also stream to Instagram or something like that, which is all typically vertical, it would look better over there. So again, I just thought it was a neat feature for anyone that uses StreamYard for streaming. I do have the paid tier for StreamYard. I know it was controversial when they increased their price, and then the way they went about it wasn't too kosher kind of thing. It ruffled a lot of feathers. But I've stuck with StreamYard for my streaming service, and I have noticed that they are adding pretty much every single time I log into StreamYard, they've added new features. Like, this is weekly. It's not just every month or every 2 months or whatever. This is weekly. Every single time I log in, there's notifications about new features that they've added. They have new media assets. Like, they have packs where you can go and you can change your backgrounds for like holiday themes. So like, they've got a Thanksgiving theme pack right now that you can put up on your backgrounds kind of thing, which is pretty cool. And they're releasing those for sort of every part or every different holiday. Like, they had one for Halloween as well. So things like that, they're allowing you to upload your own music and audio to it now. So if you want to have background music on your live streams, you can upload any kind of music that you're using that you have like the rights to use. You can upload it and use it, because StreamYard has always had background music, but it was just kind of bland canned music. It was nothing special. But now, like that song that I had in the intro, I could upload it and I could have it playing in the background, really quiet kind of thing if I wanted to. It's not something that I would do, but it's nice to have options like that. So let's catch back up here. The recipe swap is so fun. The one I did this time was really good. That's good. Good to hear it. Yeah. So yeah, the recipe I'm doing this month is from Kendra, and it's definitely something I'm looking forward to trying. So just got to get around to getting it done. I guess last night I had some time, so I put together this week's chaffle video, which will come out tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be sort of right after Tuber Chats live. We'll premiere this week's video. It's already posted for everyone to see. What we did this week is we made chaffles with kimchi. I've been thinking about using kimchi for quite a while. So last night I just figured I'd give it a go. Didn't really have anything else that I wanted to try. And so, yeah, if you want to see how that turned out, we'll have a new video out for you tomorrow night. Memories and must-haves. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you being at the live stream. Yeah, 4 in the collaboration this week, or this month, I should say. I keep saying week, but it's a monthly thing. So yeah, it's always nice to have more collaborators in the series. It allows us to try even more recipes, kind of thing. And if any of you that don't know what it is, it's like I was saying earlier, it's just a monthly collaboration with whoever signs up for that month and then we just swap recipes. Like this coming month, Kendra's doing one of my recipes and I'm doing one of Kendra's, and then Paula from P&J's Homestead Adventures is swapping with the 4th creator in this episode. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, anyone can join. We just are looking to keep the recipes whole foods based kind of thing. They don't have to be keto or they don't have to be carnivore, but we like to keep them sort of somewhat low carb, whole foods based recipes. We're not going to be putting anything out there making like a chocolate cake with icing on it and stuff like that. And it's what I mean. It's got to be recipes that fit to the kind of channels that we have. Out of the channels that are in the collaboration, mine's the only one that is specifically a keto channel, but everyone else is sort of trying to live a lifestyle with food that is as close to being whole foods as possible. So that's all we ask. So again, you can email myself or Kendra if you want to join in. Make sure we're not missing anything. It looks like Amy made kimchi. That's cool. I definitely want to try making my own kimchi at some point. I'm just too lazy to do stuff like that right now, but definitely on my list of things to do. And I completely missed Kristen coming in. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is here. Thank you for coming in, Kristen. I appreciate it. Dr. John Smith is asking Kevin to drop the link for Tuber Chat. Yeah, if someone can do that, that would be cool. Tuber Chat Connect and Grow is basically a channel that does live streams where we can go hang out as creators. And I know from talking to Dr. John Smith, he's, kicking around the idea of being or putting out his own content. So it would be a good spot for you. Even if you just came and hung out and got to know other creators, there are a few other keto channels in there. More and more are joining. So, but the whole idea with that is to go network with other creators. That's the real reason that we go and hang out with Kevin at Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. Personally, I find it has really helped my channel. I've been subscribed over there for 2.5 years now, something like that. I've told the story many times. when I first started hanging out there. The channel was it was really small still. It wasn't really growing that fast. But once I started getting to know other creators and making friends with other supporters, it really picked things up. I can't say for sure that that's exactly why I wound up where this channel wound up where it is today, but it was definitely a huge part of it. So cool. Yeah. Definitely check it out. And, it's one of those things where you can just go and talk to people and ask questions. And, if you have certain questions about YouTube, Kevin always likes getting into story time to answer them. And then there's usually, 40, 50 other creators there that can help answer questions and support you. So make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, what? No chocolate cake with icing? Yeah. Not anymore, Lynn. I guess there could be keto chocolate cake with keto icing and stuff like that, but I'm kind of over that kind of thing nowadays. So lost 80 pounds 9 years ago, have kept it off. That's amazing. That's about what I lost with my journey as well. That's anyone who's done it knows that the hard part really comes when you get to where you need to be and you try and keep it off. That can be harder or way harder than losing the weight to begin with. So congratulations for maintaining that weight loss for sure. Amy is editing the kimchi video, multitasking while at the live stream. That's always good to do. I know on the last Tuber Chat live stream, I think I had filmed, edited, and posted 4 episodes of my December holiday video series while I was listening. So yeah, it's all right to consume, but you have to make sure that you do as well if you're a creator. So Nikki Silver Stacker is here. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Yes, that is amazing, Kendra. Yep. Yeah, that's the whole thing. The over at Tuber Chat is the actual friendships that you make, and that is the biggest part of it. Like there's so many people that are here for live streams every Thursday. We have our usual supporters like Lynn and Dr. John Smith and Evelyn and Joe, who I think I forgot to say hello to, but I saw you come in, Joe. So our amazing supporters from the keto community are here every week, which I, really thankful for, being part of this community is amazing, and those viewers, those people are what sort of tie me to the community. I do have lots of friends in the keto community. It just seems like there's certain parts of the community that are sort of off on their own sort of clique kind of thing. They all seem to have certain things in common as far as, companies they work with and all stuff like that, and this is nothing bad that I'm talking about. It's just, it seems like, and I don't know if it's because I have spent a lot of time focusing on fostering friendships with other creators, and I'm not so much chasing or looking for or going out and meeting as many, non-creator YouTube content watchers kind of thing. I think that's where my videos, when they get sent out, that's the hope, is that people that are interested in the keto content that I do will come follow the channel from that. But I'm sort of a supporter of everybody on YouTube. Like, I don't just stay within my sort of little narrow niche of the keto community. You just look in the chat tonight. You've got such a mix of creators, Nikki and Pete, Jesse and Kristen. Like, we do everything here. We're not just the keto community, which I love. That's, if it wasn't for that community, I wouldn't, there wouldn't be any reason for me to even be here. But yeah, that's sort of what I guess at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that staying within your niche can sometimes, as far as who you associate yourself with on YouTube, can sort of limit your reach, because there's a lot of people that are here that I met at other creators' live streams or in their premieres or in their video comments and stuff like that, right? So you need to reach out, spread yourself out as far as you can in the YouTube community, so that you can put out what you're doing to try and help other people with your content. So yeah, so many great. Kevin's going to try to cut down on the story time. Sure. Just stopping by, watching from work. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, we shall see for sure. Mind-heart connection is most important to success. It certainly is. If you're not in it, fully in it, fully committed to it, the things can be so difficult to maintain. Yeah, I hear you. I've been there too. I still don't. Right now I think it's showing we have 23 people in the live stream, which is actually pretty good for live stream here. So first of all, I really appreciate y'all being here. But I think it's just one of those things where, I've been here doing YouTube for 4.5 years now. So, and I still don't have, I never get to that 30 or 40 or 50 person live stream thing. It's just, I come on here and I talk to whoever wants to show up. If there's only 5 people here, well, then we'll have a good conversation with 5 people. You may be Michael, or maybe there's someone else out there that's on a seafood diet. We've got Bride's Biscuit here. Thank you for coming in. I am just going to check something just so that okay. So I didn't know if I knew you from a different name. Unfortunately, I have, as you can see, my chat is all tags. So I don't see channel names or usernames on my chats anymore. YouTube did that. Or what they say, their reasoning behind it is a security thing. So eventually you won't see usernames in live chats at any channel. Everybody will lose them eventually. But again, what it is it's for security, because usernames can be cloned. Anybody, and this is something they should have fixed years ago, anybody can use the same username. There is no requirement, to have a unique username that's tied specifically to you. So basically anybody can start a YouTube channel, put a username on it, upload the same avatar as anybody, and then just go out and fake that they're those people, and that's how scams happen. So the reason they're changing everything to the tags you see in the uh, live chats is because handles, which is the at Bride's Biscuit, cannot be duplicated. It is unique to your channel and cannot be recreated by someone else. It's just a little hard, after 4 years of being here and doing live streams and, getting to know people by their usernames and stuff like that. And their tags don't always sort of line up. Like over the years, we change our channel name or username, and it doesn't match up with our handle if you created a custom handle. So it can get a little confusing sometimes. That's just why I wanted to check your channel to see if I knew you by a different name, but it looks like you're have a small channel going there. So that's, it's good to see. Thank you for coming in. We've got Johnny Small Pepper in the house. Good to see you. Gail's Health Journey is here. I caught Gail for a live stream last night for a Wellness Wednesday. So that was cool. Gail's got multiple channels going. If anyone wants to drop the hand or the link for your channel, just type #Thrive in the chat and Nightbot will drop it for you. Everyone here that I know is they're great supporters. So go ahead and drop that link. And if you're not connected with each other, I would definitely suggest it. Yep, memories and must-haves. We met at Tuber Chat. Again, I've met so many different people here from Tuber Chat. It's again, I think that's where the magic happens, is where you all support each other. Like if you'll see, like when Scratch and Pete does a premiere on a Tuesday, we're all there. When Jesse does her premiere on a Sunday, we're all there. When other people from the community do live streams, we all try to be there. When Gail does a live stream, we try to be there. It's one of those, we're not necessarily 100% all the time pulled in and attracted to the content, because that's not what it's about. It's about the creator. That's where it really happens. It's being supportive of the creator that makes the biggest difference. Okay, I noticed that creators with 1 million subscribers never subscribe back to their No, they don't. And you're right, and that's definitely a fact. But what I could see as the reasoning behind that is that typically, if you've got a creator that's, let's say, 1 million plus subscribers, to be running a channel with 1 million plus subscribers and to continue running a channel with 1 million plus subscribers, you don't have time for any of it. You'll notice that maybe 1 or 2 or maybe up to 10 comments get, likes and hearts and all that stuff, and maybe comments. Having a channel that big, careful. It's one of those things where you kind of have to be careful what you wish for. I would, if I woke up tomorrow and I had 1 million subscribers, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like, would anyone here know how to handle a channel that big where you're putting out content and you're getting 2,000, 2,500 comments? Would you know how to handle that? It's one of those things where, we all want to be successful, but I think it's way better I would rather have, 10,000 subscribers that watch my content than have 1 million subscribers that are just there, not watching anything. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So anyways, that's how I sort of see it. But you're absolutely right, is the bigger channels. And it's the same on Instagram. If you'll see most Instagram influencers with, 100, 200,000 followers on Instagram, usually they follow like one or two people, right? It's very rare to find anyone on Instagram with any kind of following these days that actually follows anybody. So Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook, is in the house. Thank you for coming by, Tom. Been seeing more of you lately, which is good to see. Big Family Expedition is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Brenda Foley's here as well. Everyone's saying hi. I'm working as usual. Can't closely watch the chat. So hello to all. I apologize for missing. No. Anytime you can spend here, even if you're in the background, that's definitely appreciated. I have to do it quite often too. You know, Pete had a Scratchy PPA premieres a new video at 12:15 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday without fail. And then every Tuesday without fail, I'm working. And I'm always busy, except, you know, once in a while, typically what happens is I'll be driving at that time and I can just have it playing through the Bluetooth and everything. So it's not like I can really participate, but I can listen. So yeah, lots of people, you know, just lurk in the background, work on things. Always appreciate any time you can spend with us, though. Kendra loves story time with Kevin. Yep. We always learn things, you know, and that's the thing. Like a lot of us that have been there for 2 or 3 years, we may hear the same story or kind of things quite a few times, but it does. What we're there to do is to help all the new people that are coming in. So if we have to hear it a few times, well, then that's fine too. Henry is here. It's good to see you, Henry. Thanks for coming in. Geez, this camera is not focusing properly. I don't know. Weird. Okay, I'm just going to excuse me for a Okay, I'm back. Well, let's get caught up on the chat here. I watch many channels in nutrition space. The community has been overwhelmingly positive and supportive. Yeah, that's good to hear. There's a lot of noise out there. The only thing I can sort of suggest when it comes to things like that is find people that you sort of resonate with, people that you enjoy listening to. And, you know, if anyone starts talking about problems that exist and then follow it up by trying to sell you something to fix it, that's your cue to run away as fast as you can. That's basically all I'll say on that. But yeah, you know, for the most part, the community is great. And I'm definitely, you know, thankful to be a part of it. So. Make sure we're not missing anybody here. Did you subscribe to Tuber Chat? I hope. Yeah, that would be. You should definitely, if you're trying to make content, I would definitely, you know, and it's not like you have to, you know, be complete or like really active in the live streams. Just go. Like I think the first time I watched the live stream at Tuber Chat, I didn't even chat at all. I just watched to see what was going on. And then over time, you know, I started being more active and then became a member and all that. So it takes a few episodes to get the hang of, you know, how it's going. But there's one thing for sure is if you say hello in the chat at Tuber Chat, you're going to get, you know, 20, 30 responses, you know, coming back at you. So, which is a great thing. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, Michael's got a premiere going at 8 o'clock. Appreciate you leaving it running, though. As a carb addict, I did my N of 1 and I learned how to navigate. Took 6 decades to come to that understanding, but I have healed. That's good to hear. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience, but it is most important to figure out what works for you and then just follow that path, right? Like, because what everybody else says works for them doesn't matter. It's got nothing to do with what's going to work with you. You can take the bits and pieces from what other people do, but you definitely have to put it into your own puzzle. Hiding your own phone so you don't get in trouble. Everyone's dropping their link. Again, if you want to drop your channel link, just type #Thrive in the chat. Other content creators got confounded by this recently. Yeah, no, I don't really have a channel out. It's nearly to get. Okay. Well, yeah, if you want to, we're here to support people from the keto community and the YouTuber community. So welcome either way. And Phil Beck's here. Thank you for coming in, Ann. I definitely appreciate it. So here again is, I know this channel based on her name being in the name of the channel, but it's not in the tag. So, I'm having to get used to knowing that this is Ann because I've known Ann for a long time. So I don't know. It's just another one of those things where YouTube seems to do a lot of things we don't ask for. And then when we do ask for things, it just never happens. So, but what are you going to do? Proud to say I almost perfected my ginger snap chaffle. No cheese, only 1 egg, and I get 4 chaffles out of it. Just over 40 calories each. That sounds tasty for sure. And if you don't know, Dr. John Smith is way more creative when it comes to like the really cool chaffle recipes than I am. I'm more of a, hey, will this work in a chaffle? And then I throw it in a bowl and see what happens. John was responsible for the last sort of chaffle video that did really well here on the channel. The pretzel chaffles. I don't know where it's at right now. Let's take a look, John, see how that video is doing. Pretzel chaffles. Where are you? Jeez, I can't find. No. Okay, there it is. Almost 7,000 views on that video, John. Can you imagine that? That was a video that Dr. John Smith, or an idea for chaffle. He sent me the recipe and I put it together in a video and they turned out really amazing. And everyone seemed to like the concept of having pretzel chaffles. So yeah, noise is irrelevant. Once you've experienced healing, lean on the community when you are low. Yep, for sure. I think it's more of an issue when you're new, and you're just, maybe you want to try and change your lifestyle and the way you're eating and the way you're living. I know when I first started keto, I came on YouTube and I started watching all sorts of different creators, and this person would say do this and this person would say do this, but they were all supposed to be keto channels, right? So you just have to eventually find your tribe. I settled into people like Dr. Barry and Rachel and Joe over at Two Crazy Ketos, and Dustin at Keto Simple. We're friends off, like we've met up outside of YouTube a few times too. You have to find the people you trust. Anita over at Ketogenic Woman, a great person and great community that's always there to support, kind of thing. So for me, it's a matter of finding those communities that don't judge anything. If you go somewhere and you're talking and someone says anything about, oh, you shouldn't do it this way, and that's not that, and this isn't keto, and that's not carnivore. Personally, unfortunately, even if I like the creator, if they have people in the community that are like that, then they won't see me again. I'm not down with that. So find your tribe and stick with it. And, we had other people. I still don't know if anyone's heard anything about Heath and Shelley from Hungry Heath, if anything's going on with them. But that was another great community that they had built up over there, and they must have had something going on in their life that they stopped having live streams every week. But hopefully everything's all right over there. So yep, almost 7,000 views. Definitely a great video. The people definitely seem to resonate with the Chaffle videos. I've tried to expand out into different kind of recipes lately, because I wanted to do some different stuff, and it doesn't seem to be received as well as the Chaffles. But we'll just keep doing what we do, right? Just me thinking in my head about irrelevant YouTube stuff. So what do we got going on here? My interview got canceled for Sunday, and I've decided to cook on screen live. Haven't done that since July. I'm not practicing the recipe. Well, yeah, there you go. So we've got a live stream. I think you're at 7:00 Sunday too, Amy. So yeah, I'll definitely try and come by that if I can. Anne's going to make keto carrot bread for Thanksgiving. That sounds good. Yeah, because there truly isn't a one size fits all with our health journeys. Absolutely. I've liked to say it in the past where, I do the Jason diet and Kendra does the Kendra diet and Joe does the Joe diet and Amy does the Amy diet. Because at the end of the day, we may all follow similar, parts of our diets, but the way we do things is unique to everybody. When I first started keto in 2019, I didn't have any community for support. I found a book by Maria Emmerich on Amazon. When I finally got onto YouTube, it certainly was a revelation. Yep. Yeah, Maria's awesome too. They say there's a lot of great people on YouTube, but there's also a lot of people on YouTube that, for one, they just chase trends, and that's all they do. They're not really there to build a community. They're not there about helping their audience. All they really want to do is have the trendy videos, which, I don't really have time for anymore. And like I was saying earlier, if a creator is more interested in trying to sell you things to fix problems in your life, then I don't really have much time for that either. Yes, you do. Right at the same time as Anita. But yeah, I'm always over at her live stream. So that's why I most of the time I forget about yours, Amy. And wind up there late. But yeah, she's on at 7 as well. So Heath and Shelley are fine. They post sometimes on Facebook. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, like I say, everybody has to do what they have to do. The fact of the matter with YouTube if you want to continue to build a channel and you want it to continue to grow and you want to reach new goals with YouTube, like things like YouTube, it's just like anything else. You have to be consistent with it and you have to put in the work to make it happen. It's no different than trying to lose 100 pounds. None of it's easy. But if it's not a priority in your life, and we all have to do what's best for us, right? So if I had other things that came up in my life that were more important than being here on YouTube, well, unfortunately, life would have to take precedence over YouTube. I hope that never happens, but and even right now, the fact is that I can't do as much here on YouTube as I'd like to. I'd love to do more interviews and more recipe videos and that stuff, but I have obligations. I have a full-time job. That is where my time is spent. And then, I have a family to spend time with when I'm not at work. I don't want to, neglect being with my family and my grandkids and everything else when I'm not at work. So I don't commit a lot of time to YouTube. Or at least I can't commit as much as I'd like to right now. And that ultimately is my sort of goal here, is to continue to grow at the same pace we are now. If it gets to the point where I can afford to cut back on my full-time work and spend more time creating here on YouTube, well, then that would be great. But, like I say, we all got to do what's best for us in our diets and in what we do that consumes our time. So thank you for that. I love making the chaffle videos, and I've still got a few, it's a matter of coming up with new ideas that are interesting enough. I might start branching out, and you may have, anyone that's watched the channel for any length of time in the past, I've done will it chaffle videos where I come up with some really random ingredients and see if it actually works. So I've got a couple ideas to bring that series back as well, but I'm glad everyone enjoys them. And yeah, it does seem to be the most watched content on the channel for sure. I missed Friday night. Yep, for sure. It was always fun hanging out with everybody over there. With YouTube, it's like attending a major convention and trying to find people of like mind. It takes a while to watch videos, and over time, my keto journey has changed. So people I follow have changed. Yep. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Quite a few of the bigger creators out there that were keto at one point have sort of evolved, and they've evolved into going a different direction, quite often. Like every day there's other keto or carnivore or ketovore creators that basically just give up on it, and I don't know if a lot of times the YouTube channel goes away with it. If they give up on their health journey, sometimes I think a lot of creators feel like they have to give up on their YouTube journey as well, which is kind of disappointing. But because, we all like, and we get to know people as the people they are. So it's kind of disappointing or a shame that sometimes people close up shop completely when they change their direction of their lifestyle. But again, it's all about doing what you have to do with your life. So miss the member monthly cooking. Yep. I never actually got involved in one of those, but yeah, I always remember that being very popular. The Chaffle Creation collab. Yeah, we could probably do something like that next, sort of in the new year. way too busy for everyone right now. But yeah, we can look at doing something like that for sure. Put it out there, see how many people want to come up with some random chaffle videos. It's I know Gail is the queen of collabs, so she always comes up with good ideas to do stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the new year, kind of thing. See if we can. I'll put it out there, and if there's enough interest, then we can maybe put something together for sure. If I do, I'll reach out to you, Gail, and maybe we can sort of put something together with both of our communities, kind of thing. And Kendra as well. Kendra likes making chaffles too, so, and as well as everybody here. So, but I do realize that not everybody here is a creator. So love the recipe sharing. You used to really enjoy watching cooking shows long before the internet. Yeah, live vicariously through it now in the low carb space. Yeah, for sure. And that's has been the best part about the challenge collaboration that we're doing every month, where we're swapping recipes between creators, is that it's always turns out that you wind up making something new, right? And that's the whole point of it. It's to get you trying something that you've never tried before. Last month I made kale chips. Well, kale chips were never on my radar. I never even thought about making kale chips, but that was the recipe that Paula sent me to do. So that's what I made, right? So that's the beauty of this collaboration, is that it gets you outside your comfort zone. Maybe you're not comfortable making certain things, and so you give it a go. And I think we have found that we're all capable of doing even things that we don't think we're able to do. So seriously, make chaffles every day. I need one of those every day. I'm chaffling shirts. Yep, for sure. I mean, we can thank Mr. Scratch and Pete for that phrase for sure. I think Pete came up with the everyday I'm chaffling phrase that I use at the beginning of all my videos. So big shout out to Pete for coming up with that one. Reason why people close up shop is because some members all in the community are so hard and cruel if they fall off the wagon. Yeah, we should all be supportive, but not everyone is. And yeah, that's absolutely right, Amy. Like, you're right. And yeah, there's really not much more to say about it than other than that. Like, if there's certain parts of certain communities that if you're all in and you've created sort of a image, for lack of better words, on YouTube of what you're supposed to be, and all of a sudden it changes because because of maybe not even a fault of your own, that the internet is a cruel place. Like, people just do not have compassion for anything anymore. I'm not talking about people like everybody that's here kind of thing. Everybody that supports this channel. Well, I think we would all easily say that we're here to support people no matter what they're going through, right? So, but the internet at large, that's not the way they are, unfortunately. I think it went for the boys. They all make chaffles now and love. Yeah, that's funny. That would be a good Christmas gift for sure. They can be wearing their chaffle shirt while they make their chaffles. Gail put a new waffle maker on her Amazon wish list. That's cool. I finally learned how to bake breads and pizza during COVID, the same year I went keto. Absolutely. Yeah. Can you imagine that? I know a lot of people learn how to make sourdough bread. I've had a few people that learn how to do that. And then they went keto. That would kill me. Sourdough is so good. I'm saying tomorrow's cook is going to be a potato chaffle. That sounds amazing too. Crazy how sitting behind a PC makes people unsympathetic. Absolutely. They had a Mickey Mouse 4-dash chaffle maker at Costco. I bought it for my grandbabies. Cool. Yeah. The place that I bought my dash multi-makers from, like the one that with the replaceable plates and stuff like that, they are a Costco liquidator. So I was actually there last week one night, and they had a couple of those Disney dash. If you don't know what it is, instead of the Dash Mini that only makes, like, instead of this type of one that's just a single waffle, it's a bigger footprint, but it makes 4-inch waffles at a time. And then it makes 2 other kind of like straight pieces of waffle at the same time. But yeah, they had those at the liquidator where I bought my Dash multi-makers, but I kind of resisted buying it because I don't really need I don't really need any more of those appliances. I always hesitate bringing new stuff home like that because I've got so many of them. Like, I've got my 2 multi-makers, and then I've got 3 or 4 of these sitting around, and I just don't need any more. And now I've got that Dash ice cream maker as well that I haven't used again yet. So Baby Yoda. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yep, I went down the sourdough rabbit hole, learned all the techniques, and bought all the supplies. Yeah, I think a lot of people did that during COVID as well. So again, I was never very much into making anything other than just regular, meals and stuff like that. I never baked or made any kind of cookies or any of that kind of stuff until I went keto. And that's when I started branching out and making all sorts of keto treats. And, I've made dozens of different fat bombs and stuff like that. So, which is another thing I might get back into doing as well, is getting back into making different fat bombs, because those are always fun as well. Evelyn likes her 4-part multi-maker. I do batch chaffles. Yep, for sure. Yes, sourdough bread is amazing. Michael's premiere is finished. Thanks for coming back in, Michael. I appreciate it. Had a fellow at work tell me he only eats sourdough bread because it's better for you. Okay. Maybe it's better than like a nutrient deficient, Wonder Bread. I guess in that aspect, it's probably better for you. But, so I guess technically he's not lying, but I wouldn't, again, it's like Anne's saying down here is that unless you're buying flour from like Italy that hasn't been milled here or in America, it's just all so stripped down. We have 2 of them. It takes me no time at all. Make a batch of 24 chaffles. Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do it. Yep. Yeah, I can definitely put together some more fat bomb recipes. Like I say, I used to do them all the time before I did YouTube. I mostly wound up on Instagram. So there's a few that I know that I can make videos out of. It's funny that I was talking about this on Kendra's Live the other night. One of the videos on the channel recently, for some reason, has been getting... So it's one that I put out in July. It was like a keto strawberry cream cheese and chocolate bites. So it was like the little cups kind of thing. So it was a cream cheese with fresh strawberries mixed in, and then it had melted chocolate at the bottom and stuff like that. So that's kind of a fat bomb type thing. But for some reason, YouTube was pushing it out as what's part of YouTube advertising. Like as a creator, you can go in and you can look at sort of what channel or what avenue is getting you views on a video. And this was all like, I got 3,000 views on that video from YouTube advertising. And I looked into it, and it's like YouTube putting it in as part of advertising on other channels. I don't know. I didn't sign up for anything like that or whatever. But it was weird. It was one of those. It's like a fat bomb video, and I like it, and the video did pretty well when I first released it. But it was weird how YouTube pushed it out. And like I was saying on Kendra's live stream on Tuesday night, it seems like ever since YouTube started pushing that video out, everything I've put out since then got no views, or hardly any views whatsoever. So it looks like YouTube has stopped pushing that video now. So maybe things will go back to normal, but we'll see. I failed miserably on keto. I fumbled through it trying all the low carb alternatives. Had too many underlying issues for it to have worked for me, though. I know it's healed so many. Yep. Yeah, definitely. It's all about finding what works for you. A lot of people have great success just with dirty keto. They just eat low carb, the processed foods, right? They drink diet soda and they eat regular mayonnaise with seed oils in it, and people heal themselves and they feel better and all that. So, but it doesn't work. That doesn't work for everyone. The same way keto doesn't work for everyone. And same way carnivore doesn't work for everyone. It's we all have to figure out what is sustainable for us. I took many fat bomb recipes and frozen small bites. Yep. Dipped in chocolate. Made truffles for Christmas candies and a game for Thanksgiving. That sounds really good. Yeah, I have one of those little silicone muffin trays, like perfect size for fat bombs. And then, yeah, keeping them in the freezer is the best way to avoid eating them all the time. Hint, hint. Homemade anything is better, but still not great. Absolutely. I've seen people rave about brown butter bites. Still haven't tried it. They're really good. I would definitely suggest trying it. I've got a video. If you haven't seen making them, I have made them. Really easy to do. Just takes a little bit of patience. And yeah, they're really good. They're worth trying at least once. I want to have two as well. My other waffle maker is shaped like little animals. I got it when the girls were small. Tiger, elephant, giraffe. Yeah, for sure. Having more of them helps for sure. Ketovore. I eat pickles, mustard, and sauerkraut. Yep. Sounds good to me. I go through a lot of fermented foods, fermented mustard, sauerkraut, kimchi, all of that. Pickles. I eat it all. But I'm mostly ketovore as well. I don't really eat a lot of vegetables, so eat it because you like it, not because you think it's nutritious. Yeah. I think people would get used to your other recipes. Oh yeah, I'm sure they will, Gail. It's just one of those things where you do the same thing. Over the last 2 years, all I've done is chaffle recipe after chaffle recipe after chaffle recipe. So when you start doing new things, and that's why I started the other channel too, is because everything that's going over there was not very well received here. And so that's just a realization that, people want to they like what they like. And a lot of the other stuff is, more of my everyday supporters that are supporting and watching those videos. It's not getting the traction of the wider internet, which again, I always appreciate. I review. I don't want to come off sounding like I'm complaining. But as a creator, our goal is to try and get our content out there and seen by as many people as we can, right? I drink dirty bean juice. I drank out of the pickle jar, so some people would think that's bad too. Yeah, I'll tag you in those, Gail. Like I say, I try and put out at least one recipe every week, so it's just a matter of trying to figure something out every week. My big waffle iron is so old. The heating element is off and on. Just put one in my cart. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, you don't have to have the fancy ones. If you just want like the plain old Dash Mini, $13. You really can't go wrong with that, right? The thing is they wear out. I've gone through 6 of them now. They wear out. They start sticking. The heat element doesn't work great. You can pull them apart and you can clean them out, all that, but it's a real pain. You're better off just to, move them on down the road and get new ones for the price of them. Let's see here. Made some healthier Christmas candies. That's cool. Let's see here. I have to try dairy elimination at some point to further manage my Hashimoto's. Yeah. Yes, I like kimchi, but I'm not supposed to have nightshades. Okay. Yeah, and again, it's a matter of finding out what your body can handle and what it can't. And it'd be nice that if we could all eat everything without reaction, that would be awesome. But sometimes we can't. My sort of reason for getting into the fermented foods like the kimchi and the sauerkraut was really just to try and improve my gut health. And it's night and day. Like I so wish I had started doing it earlier. It feels so much better now that I'm incorporating it as part of it's not a daily thing that I have, but I have it, 2 or 3 times a week. I'll have a serving of kimchi with supper kind of thing. And it is, like I say, it's made so much difference that it's crazy. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Rides Biscuit saying they do ferment their own sauerkraut. Yeah. Easy and cheap for sure. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, when Amy was talking about making kimchi, I definitely need to get off my butt and start making my own as well. Trying some different things. Yeah. Feel great, but my TPO and thyroglobulin are through the roof, so it's tricky to navigate for sure. I don't know if you, Bride's Biscuit, if you follow Ken and Nisha Berry, Dr. Ken Berry, his wife Nisha, or nurse Nisha, she has been on a journey healing Hashimoto's as well. So she's got lots of great information over there. So, okay. So you do. That's good. Lots of great information over there. It's kind of hard to get the information or kind of any answers if you have like direct questions. If you've ever been to a live stream of Dr. Berry's, the only way you can get any kind of real questions answered is if you do a super chat on the live stream. But even then, there's so many people in those live streams. It's just insanity. But what that tells me is that, he's worth listening to because he's got lots of great things and great things to say with great information. Said our refrigerator is full of fermented foods. I can't get anything in it. Well, could be worse things in there. Should put hashies into remission. First I've ever heard. That is, yeah. It's like I say, definitely a great couple to follow. They're putting out more and more content lately. Doing a great job over there too. Like, I don't know if you'll remember Dr. Barry in his early days of YouTube when he was just doing it all himself. You could definitely tell he wasn't a content creator, let's just say, but he's got a team behind him now that is helping him put what he has, the information he has to give you. They're putting it into a great package that makes it fun to watch. So Amy's asking a question there. So yeah, I'll let you guys, you say if you're not all connected with each other, like, I would make sure you follow each other so that you can, get to know each other and have conversations back and forth. The most of us here that have channels are willing to have conversations outside of YouTube as well. If the easiest way to get a hold of me is either through my email that's on the homepage of the YouTube channel here, or at YouTube at just_Jason_keto. You can always message me there as well. If you have any questions about, keto or anything that I might be able to answer, or about even just YouTube in general, I'm always willing to answer questions. So, okay, well, yeah, it's probably in my Common Sense Books lab through the book. Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, we're actually past an hour tonight, almost an hour and 15 minutes. We're actually an hour and 15 minutes. So we shall wrap things up for this week's live stream. Again, the recipe video, the chaffle recipe video, will premiere at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, which is Friday, November 21st. It'll be after the Tuber Chat live stream. So I put it after that so that we can hang out over there, any of the other creators, and then we can, once he's done, we can hang out for another, 10 minutes and, just watch another silly video that I put together. So that's about it for this week. It's been a great chat tonight. Again, hopefully I don't bore too many people with my YouTube chat. Like, I know a lot of people are here from the keto community that, aren't YouTube creators. But I like to try and sort of mix up what we talk about here, because I do have a lot of creator friends that are here each week too. So maybe one day we'll have a YouTube live stream, like a YouTube creator live stream over on the other channel, where all we talk about is boring YouTube stuff. And I won't bore too many of you here. So been amazing. It's good to see you all. We'll hopefully be back here next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. All things line up, and I don't get too busy with work and nothing else comes up. We'll plan on that, and then I'll see you tomorrow night for the new video premiere. As always, keep on thriving, my friends.